we are into the game, guys, finally. And the Meepo doing some dance moves. He knows we're excited to see him. Yeah, have fun. Dished out. And just a quick look at the items. I do want to see if this Wind Ranger doesn't look like she is gonna be support. So let's see how they lane this. So the Bristleback is going off lane. And the safe lane does look to be a Wind Ranger with Baban's Meepo going mid and gonna be babysitted by the Witch Doctor. For Bouncy Bears, I'm guessing this Alchemist will be going mid with Run Them Jewels going to the off lane and a tri lane up top babysitting this Juggernaut.
30 seconds.
I don't think it would be in Bread 4000's best interest to try and make a move for this. Especially as he hasn't skilled Bristleback. And yeah, he's gonna make his way out of there. So runes will not be contested, and Diablo will get his bounty rune. And the other rune will go to Baban's Meepo. Cap will be jungling Enigma, and their lanes will be a little weak as I anticipated. So let's see how mid goes here. The Meepo versus Alchemist matchup. Meepo does have some help though. Meepo going for the bluffs early on with his poof. And he does get a deny. He'll take everything he can get. I mean, it is not easy to land those last hits with Meepo. Let's see where we go from here. Other lanes. I mean, Bristleback will have a very rough time in this lane. I don't think Killjoy should be chasing as well. I mean, he should just focus on getting his last hits, and his support duo will push them out of the lane. And yeah, Bread is just getting beaten up here, but so is Run Them Jewels, and he does get shackled, and there's another pause by Alchemist. Oh, and another issue. And it is the Treant again. This is just... This is an issue, guys. Unfortunately, players cannot keep pausing for connectivity issues. So, hopefully this will be the last pause we're gonna have. So, this is the moment we should be focusing on right now. With the tide, we're about to resume, and the Tide Hunter has been shackled by Kiro. EH, Mighty, and Kiro are going on him, but I don't think they're gonna have enough to take him down here. And he looks to be getting away, and he does. Just some harass, some heavy harass on that Tide Hunter. And we're back to the mid. Baban does miss his last hit there. And he's more focused on harassing the alchemist off the lane. I don't think that should be his priority. Apologies. And Bread is just not having a good time on this lane, nor should he be. I mean, even the 2 last hits he has so far, that's not bad considering what he's up against. And Meepo gets really low and he's making his way up, hoping for a good rune, and it's an invisibility, not the ideal one. Comes back down with his Meepo. And the bounty does go the alchemist's way, and he'll be very happy with that. He has his level 2 Grievel's Greed for that. And that does mean his bottle is coming out. Pretty quiet, tame affair so far. No big plays have been made. The only significant one was that shackle landed on the Tidehunter, but he managed to get away scot-free. So, Red not being super pressured because they are pulling the lanes here. And AZ going for the second pull. And he's not really pulling it to anything, so a little bit of miscommunication there. And so far Meepo has been very happy in the mid lane, although Alchemist does now have his bottle. That should mean Meepo will have to back off, at least one of them. Some pinging done there by Kiro. I don't think he wants the Witch Doctor showing himself. He would prefer the Tidehunter overextends into a shackle again. And Enigma doing Enigma things in the jungle. I'm sure he'll be happy about this. I'd definitely say the happier side would be D numbers so far with their greedy lanes. They've been getting enough, I'd say. And they haven't really been pressured by Bouncy Bears, and I think that's going to be a worrying sign for Bouncy Bears. They really need to start pressuring. They know they have such a greedy lineup with Meepo in the jungle and Enigma in the jungle and solo lanes. I mean, they have to do something about it. And now Enigma's gonna contest this rune, and he does. He gets the bounty rune, and that's very upsetting for the alchemist, especially with his Grievel's Greed. Well played by Enigma. And Kiro doing his best to keep Tidehunter off the lane. I would say D numbers will be far happier with this start. And Alchemist is being gone on by Meepo here. Meepo going for the first blood. I don't think he can get this though. And yes, he does back off. And Alchemist pops his salve. In other lanes though, things do seem pretty tame. Nothing much happening. No significant items to call out yet, and Bristleback might be out of position here, and he's doing some harass on Nubius, but AZ comes in and they are moving on the Bristleback. I don't know if they're actually going to commit for this. It looks to be they are, but they're taking more damage than he is, and the Bristleback is just going to go the long way around. And they're coming in for him, but they could be punished. Oh, and the first blood goes to Meepo. I'm sorry I missed that, guys. There was action on the top lane, but Meepo does get that first blood. I believe someone in chat did predict it. And this Bristleback, they just... It doesn't even seem like they were close to doing anything to him. They were taking more damage than he was. And that's huge for Meepo. Solo kill, first blood versus the Alchemist. And Diablo will not be happy about that. He knows that a lot was riding on that mid matchup, and you can't give Meepo that first blood. Not a solo first blood in specific. So going back to the top lane, we have Bread going in again on Nubius, and he backs off. Yeah, he gets a crit in the face and he's like, no, I don't want nothing to do with that. And Meepo thinking about going in on that Alchemist again. They are pinging bottom rune. And Meepo transitions to the jungle. So very, very good start by D numbers. I would say they have maybe you could say outplayed Bouncy Bears in this early phase, because Bouncy Bears have more than a strong enough early lineup, and they have the less greedy lineup, and they have the better all-round lineup, and they are still losing this early game. Quite significantly. They're losing in last hits. They gave away first blood mid. Solo first blood to a Meepo of all things. And how are Bouncy Bears gonna play around this? I mean, they've put 2 on the bottom and they are going in on this Bristleback. I don't think they're gonna have enough to take him out, and yes, this Witch Doctor does cover. And they seem to be making a move on Kiro. And no, they look to get away. I thought the Meepo was gonna make another move on the Alchemist. Kiro does take a lot of damage from the disruption. I don't think it's enough, and no, it won't be. And Bread going in again, doing some harass. He's not really scared of the damage output they have aside from the Juggernaut hitting him in the face. And the Meepos are just farming a storm. 52 last hits so far, above the second place Jug with 37. And this is a mid Meeple, guys. I mean, he'll be so happy about this. And Alchemist turns around now and tries to go on the Meeple. I don't think he has enough to kill him, especially not without. I mean, he has 1 point on Stable Concoction, but it's not enough to lock down the Meeple. And there is a ward by Nubius. A little bit of an aggressive ward. H doesn't have anything to counter ward it. So back to farming for both these teams.
I steal from the slow.
And might have some action going up on top, but no. Seems pretty clear. Nubius thinking about making a move on this Meepo, and they're getting another TP from that Tide. He does have his Ravage up, and Meepo senses something and bails out of there. And Bristleback taking some heavy damage from Juggernaut, but Juggernaut pretty low too, and he has the stacks on him and he has to retreat. Juggernaut probably has to go to... I mean, he doesn't have a healing ward, so he might have to head back. And a TP was coming on the middle, and that is Meepo with Boots of Travel very early on. He blatantly showed that he had it. That's a Boots of Travel rush from the Meepo, and he's going for the Aghanim Scepter next. This Meepo is on a roll. He's already up to 76 last hits, apologies. Gets another, and he's just on fire right now. That first blood helped him so much. Double damage rune for that Alchemist, pretty nice. I mean, experience-wise, Bristleback will be ecstatic too. He is level 7 at this point. Witch Doctor only one to really hit his level 6, yet to hit his level 6. And they seem to be pushing bottom lane, and I don't think Bouncy Bears are even interested in trying to defend this. They're just gonna let them sack it, and Meepo heads back to base. At least one of them does. Now they're moving to take mid, and Witch Doctor does try and delay it with his cask.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He probably does enough to stall, but it doesn't look like his team is gonna come in here and help it, and they're gonna give away this mid tower. And he's in big trouble here, the Witch Doctor, and he does go down. He stayed for too long, and the disruption set up that Alchemist for a kill. So 1-1 right now on the boards, and we can start looking at net worth now, guys. As expected, Meepo is well on top, but Bouncy Bears haven't done bad in recovering. And they're all making a move up top on this Bristleback, and Bristleback has been pinged, and he is making his way back. And Juggernaut can't get to him. I wonder if Bristleback will be tempted to... No, he seems to be bailing. His team are telling him, get out of there. they know something's up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And those, my friends, are the reasons they know. Both their wards are up there. Enigma just farming along. He has his black hole up, but no good opportunities to use it yet. And now top tower being pushed by Bouncy Bears.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They are going for the push here. Bristleback pretty low. I don't think he wants to stay here and contest it. He did get a salve though, just so he can prolong his stay in this lane. And they do use a fortification there. Bristleback does get hit by the Omni Slash, and Juggernaut going for the kill, but I don't think he's gonna get this. I don't think this... He gets the kill, but he might go down here, and he does go down. And does the courier go down too? Oh no! The courier goes down too, and Juggernaut with a horrible misplay there. I mean, I understand the idea of sacrificing himself to get a kill, but sacrificing the courier? Why the courier? Rip courier, guys, rip courier. Oh, here's Meepo. The monstrous Meepo with his Aghanim's Boots of Travel on 13 minutes, guys. This guy is terrifying, and we were excited before the game when we saw a Meepo pick, and we were wondering would it be Flash or Famine. I'm guess we're watching a game where Meepo might just carry the whole thing. He's really well farmed. He's almost double the net worth of the Alchemist. And Alchemist is usually a hero that has, at this point in the game, 5, maybe 6k higher net worth than the nearest hero. I mean, 3k if it's a bad Alchemist game, and I'm saying 3k over the Meepo. But that's how good the Meepo is doing, and that's how mediocre, you could say, the Alchemist is doing right now. So they do make a push on the bottom tower, and PH Mighty is going to have to back up here. Doesn't want to get caught by another disruption. Enigma does have enough for a black hole. I don't think they're going to commit for this, and they're just going to let it go down here. So tower is dead even after this one goes down. And Bread going to make his way back while Meepo takes over the Dire jungle. Gets stomped there for his troubles. And Nubius is camouflaged by his Treant, and they seem to be making a move. They are going for the Roshan here. No, they were just scouting it. It would have been strange because it wasn't hidden at all. Like, it was very obvious run to the Rosh pit. And it seems to be that they're avoiding this Meepo right now. Whenever he shows up in a lane, they pop up on the other side of the map. The issue is, he's got Boots of Travel, so that's not exactly enough to get away from him. If he wants to find you, he will. And Alchemist is just trying his best to catch up on farm. I mean, he doesn't have his armlet yet, and we're 15 minutes in. This has been so rough on the Alchemist, and I would say this game is hugely in favor of the numbers right now. I mean, it says something like 7k net worth advantage, but it's much larger considering you're using a Alchemist. And the scan is used by the Radiant. They do not spot anything. It is green, so they do not know Killjoy is here right now. But Meepo does sense something. And the pings come in, and Meepo is going in on Killjoy. Killjoy does Blade Storm out of it. Blade Fury out of it, but can he get away here? Meepo is chasing him. He does land the net, and they are going to kill Killjoy, and they might get Diablo too. Meepo's going ham. He might take Diablo down too. And there comes the Ravage, and they look to take out this Meepo. They're spending everything on him, but Meepo kills another one. He's going to take Nubius out. That's a triple kill. Baban looks to get out of here, and they kill Diablo too. That's a quad kill. Can he get a Rampage? Run Them Jewels is over here. Meepo going for the Rampage. No, and he goes down to Killjoy. Heroic plays by Meepo. This goes out to Meepo, guys. Not exactly straight, but my god, what that Meepo did was very pretty. That is how farmed this Meepo is, guys. If ever you had to see it, that was essentially a 5v1, and he was literally
Dire's top tower is
2 seconds away from completing a rampage. 17 minutes into a game. That was ridiculous.
are fortified.
I hope you guys got hyped for that, because that was insane. And we have another engagement happening here. I think this is just going to be a bunch of posturing, but no, they do catch the bristleback. Maybe the wrong hero to go in on. And Diablo does get shackled and takes some damage. Bouncy Bears have spent most of their cooldowns, but they look to be getting a kill here on Cap, and they do. But Meepo's back in, and he's going to take Alchemist out. He does, and he looks to take out Tide next. I don't think Tide is getting out of this. Meepo's going to get another kill here. Oh my goodness. And Meepo's still going in, and he gets another kill! The ulti used by AZ just to delay this freak of nature Meepo right now. Alright, something tells me the next team that plays D numbers is gonna ban this Meepo. Just to avoid whatever this Meepo's doing right now. They just don't want to deal with it. And Killjoy is gonna go down here too. This Meepo is absolutely terrifying. Interesting pickup with the Dragonlance.
Is under attack.
Just wanted the extra stats to be spread along his other Meepos.
Dire's middle
So,
tower is under attack.
this game's close to being over, if not already over, guys. As if you haven't already noticed, this Meepo is an absolute demon, and I would say this is still solvable if the Alchemist farm was not so low. I mean, the Enigma almost has as much farm as the Alchemist, and that's the 4th highest farm on D numbers. I mean, yeah. Pick a hero that's... And this Roche will not take long to go down. He's practically melting to these Meepos. And I think Bouncy Bears are very aware that this is happening, but they are unable to do anything about it. And Meepo goes for another Dragonlance, so he's just maxing out on stats, and you're getting some fat Meepos all over the place. I mean, 2k health on each of these Meepos, so... interesting. Diablo is gonna go down here. They do use the black hole on this Alchemist. Probably not worth it. He was probably going down either way. But, I mean, if you have a chance to keep the Alchemist down in farm, then you do it, right? Checking out quick items there. See the Blink Dagger on Enigma, and everything else looks pretty sad for Bouncy Bears, to be honest. And Alchemist just... Meepo just blows up Nubius, and there comes a Ravage, but to no avail. You can't kill any of these Meepos. They're just taking no damage. And Meepo gets another, and another! And Witch Doctor spoils the ultra kill for Meepo, I'm sure. I'm sure his teammate Baban is complaining about that right now. And this looks to be a good game. I don't think there's any way Bouncy Bears can repel this push. And they're switching to the top lane now. And Diablo trying to harass with his acid spray, but it's not really going to do anything. So this looks to be... I don't think Meepo's leaving this base, to be honest. He is going to chill here till winter comes. And Meepo goes in, and Diablo gets saved by Nubius, but not for long, because here comes the Meepos, and they're gonna get 1, and they're gonna get 2. Is Meepo gonna go for a rampage here? I think he will be very tempted to. TP's 1 back to base, and they look to take out another Rax, and they do take out another Rax. Killjoy will... The Meepos blink out of there. And they are now pushing the bottom lane, going for Megas. Objective gaming by Meepo, but there's still some action going on here. Nubius and AZ might go down. They do go down. Run Them Jewels might go down as well. And he's forced to camp in the base, and I think BP should call GG sometime soon. Radiant's courier has also been killed amidst all of this, delivering items straight into the Dire base. And Baban's Meepo is just gonna push bottom here, and the GGs, they might have not come yet, but they're coming any second now, guys. The second these final racks will be taken out. And Meepo, with his Aegis, might be tempted to take these guys on 5v1. And he is going for it. And he does go in on Juggernaut, and he does take Juggernaut out. Fires a net for fun. He's not gonna get a rampage here unless he moves in, and that stops him from moving in. That acid spray. They do move in, and he kills another, and they're stunned by the alchemist, but Meepo's going in. He wants that rampage. He's going on AZ, but another ulti is used. AZ could go down here. AZ does go down. Run Them Jewels now with the ravage. They won't give him the rampage. He catches Run Them Jewels, and he's going in on the tide. And Diablo takes so much damage, but the rampage doesn't come through because GG is called by Bouncy Bears. Incredible performance by Baban for D Numbers being the unknown team we haven't seen before. I'm really impressed by, some people might call it cheese, but some people might call it pocket strat. I'm impressed by the Meepo performance. I'm impressed by the Meepo build, and I'm impressed that we've seen Meepo in this tournament, guys. So we will be back with our next game, guys. We will see you then after another short ad break from our sponsors.